Good evening, all, and thank you for the question. And first of all, the positive experience I have faced in my entire journey. That may be from my personal life experience, and that may be from my career development or professional development. Altogether, I can just try to explain it. So I think it's a life of journey. We may have some mixed type of emotions like positive and negative. What we think in reflecting on our memories, most people may have a negative feedback about our own life experience. That is a biology inside in our brain itself. Because in the negative experience, we may have a lot of high level of physiological arousals are there. That is the scientific process behind our why we have the negative memories behind all these things. So you mainly focus on the positive experience. So I usually try to explain the positive experience. And from my journey itself, from starting from my career, I just started from my +2 and a degree and a post-graduation, MPhil, B.Ed, SETNet. And after all, I just lastly completed my PhD. Actually, during my PhD journey, that was the most striking event for me, and that was my most heart-touching event for me, and that was so much emotional event for me, because it is the tightest period. It was the tightest period, but at the same time, this was the most memorable moment in my life. It's the only because when we are faced with such kind of circumstances where we believe that I have to move on, and at the same time we may have such kind of negative experiences from our outsiders, even within from ourselves, because having a dream is it's not kind of coincidence thing. It's a gradual processing, and it is a perseverance process where we have to continually work on that particular thing. And we have come across with a lot of struggles within the family itself, because my mother-in-law was the strong supporter for mine, even than my husband, because during this time, she eventually goes to such kind of physical conditions and bedridden for 2 years. And that was actually, at that time, I just felt that for the sake of her dream itself, I have to continue, because that much bond we have with in ourselves. So the positive experiences I mentioning about my family itself, because as such, how the family was interacting with us, or how the family bonding are there, definitely our dream and our survival skills will be maintained in a more positive manner. Then the second thing I just close to is whether we have the necessity to do something, whether there is a need to something. Definitely, we will channelize something. Or for example, my PhD topic was among intervention study among behavioral issues, children with the behavioral issues. So especially my data collection was done through the COVID time. So it was not possible to meet the children, meet the parents, and have the interaction session with them. So I opted for the online sessions, and at that time I faced a different type of difficulties, because some children may have such kind of difficulties to be interacted in the program. So I roughly sat down and called them in each day, and I plan accordingly what to do next. So I give such a kind of prioritization in the sense that what is the most important one thing, what is the necessities, what are the immediate thing I have to do. So by practicing the prioritization, I get a channel to complete that process. And the next difficulties I have faced during the third year, because third year of my research work, because I just joined the PhD after my MPhil and after my teaching. So I have a strong overconfidence. Now I can able to say that that was my overconfidence. I was a strong overconfidence that I will complete this PhD within 3 or 4 years. This is so simple. But when I entered to that particular stream, it was like a what I can say that we cannot see the edge of that particular lily. That was not in depth. We when we forced to see that particular line, we have forced to enter the next level. So that kind of stage, I stuck in many different aspects. I have stuck in many different aspects. I even thought that it is better to quit. Even these kind of thoughts may emerge in me to why I am quitting. So there may be some kind of resources will be there. Especially I may face some kind of anxieties or tensions or not a depression, but some kind of symptoms like depressions have been started on me, that I just sat down on the sofa set and watched the whole movie during the entire day without doing anything because I am stuck what to do next. After 1 or 2 days, I am just reflected that so this is not fair. I have to move on. What the next step I have to? So I searched and sat down. I just practicing such a kind of meditation, relaxation techniques. So I have a clear picture on to contact. Mentoring started. I just started mentoring. I just contacted other persons who can able to help me, who can able to guide me. My guide is also the. I just interacted with her and such kind of interaction within the course scholars that facilitated me to move on. Even though I think what I am saying this point is that even though we are very firm in particular organization or we are very enthusiastic person or a very high professional person, but in some time we may feel very depressed or we may feel very stuck in our entire life period. That's no natural. That's so natural that we have to address it. We have to move on it. That is another positive experience, positive impact that I got during my entire life period. And the last point I just wanted to quote in this question is that I had taken classes for students or 1 or 2 classes for students before my PhD journey. But when there is a need to attend, when there is a need to collect the children, when there is a need to interact with the parents, I have to break my own comfort zone to get up from my comfort zone and go to the society. I interacted with so many people, police officers, ORC project members. I become the ORC trainer for the past 5 years only because I need them. When I entered to them, I just understand that, okay, this is fine. I can able to give such kind of valuable insights to the children, to the society, to the parents. So after that, I just have a lot of classes, a lot of sessions and lot of interactions with the parents. After all, I am telling that I am not a high person. I am not a that much polishing my all such things in front of us. It's only thing that everyone has such dream. Everyone has such potentialities. The only thing we need to identify, realize, and reflect. That is the only thing, and that I have got as an experience throughout my journey.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. That was really a positive and inspiring answer to begin with. And I really appreciate that you talked about family support, positive, focusing on positive experience, prioritizing things, and and you talked about getting out of your comfort zone.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. Again, it's based on the family interaction. It's purely based on the family interaction because nowadays it's a big question and it's a big concern for even within every one of us. How we can shape the positive, how we can mold the child in a positive ways, isn't it? So I think we should be very touch with them, interact with them, and we should have to know whatever the changes they are being faced with or whatever the struggles they are being faced with in each and every moment. We know that in each day, everyone facing different type of difficulties or problems or any kind of issues. where some individuals may be able to stuck with that. Maybe some individuals, some children may can able to overcome with that. Some individuals may just sink into that particular situation. So uh, it is our responsibility as a mother of two children, and as a mother of 19 years old one. So I am facing different struggles. Actually, during my PhD period, I have struggled a lot. I have know that I have to face a lot of struggles during my academics or professions. So I just started a conversation with my children before my starting the PhD, because I just sat with them and about what I am going to do and what are the difficulties you have to be faced with this, because I may not have the time to have an interaction with the such kind of in different times. If you need some special time with me, you have to address me, because I may have a lot of limitations within this, because I have to run my family. I have to be in that time, the house constructions is also working on, and I have to be work with all these situations. So I gave such a prior information to my children. So whenever you need some kind of interactions or conversation, obviously we had such kind of interactions on a daily basis. But somehow, in some time, we may just get into our own work. We may not get the time to interact with them. So I just informed them about what I am going to do. So that make them, maybe that helped them to have a impact on what they have to do in during this time. And I especially thank my children, because during their semester, during their end exams, I was not there fully in that particular tough period. But being the presence of mind, I just went them and sat with them and have a talk with them. Even that was enough for them. And I strongly agree one point, that a strong communication. That is the most important thing we have to do. Only with the communication, the strong positive communication, and with that communication might be unconditional and non-judgmental and be empathetic. That is the most important thing we have to give to our children. Be empathetic towards them. We have to, even though we are in a 30s or 40s, our children may be in their 10, 15-year-old, 17-year-old children. So I have to think in their perspective. Cannot be think in my own perspective, but I can think in their own perspective. That is the empathetic understand, and there is an unconditional positive regard should be there. Basically, these are the basic skills should be implied in our counseling skills. Actually, these skills should be imparted in our family. There's a major thing to shape our family, and a close interaction and openness. Whatever they've made a mistake, or whatever maybe we are all humans, we may have some kind of mistakes or negligence. Whatever I had with them, or whatever I had in my research areas, I just spoke to them when I come to home. Parvati or Shivana, these are my two daughters' name. These are the faults I have just done. So they will make a clear sense that this is the right way, this is not the right way. So how I managed all these things, they can able to observe. So we are not supposed to hide any from our children of being that they are the children. They can able to understand, they can able to observe, they can be able to assess even our own face. When a mother is able to understand the child face, that child can able to understand the mother's face too. So that kind of interaction and intimacy or such all these things might be helped them in a very better manner, I think.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really a new insight for us. Talking about how you informed your kids before starting of the academic journey, and that was really a simple but a bold move from your side, and how we should how we should communicate more, how the communication should be unconditional and non-judgmental. That is really new insight for